Okay. Uh, I think we'll get started. I'm just, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
Let's start.
All right. So today's agenda, it's looked like something like we have the UI updates. We'll talk about the AI reports which have been live now and the ones that are coming up in the AI report section. Asset documentation, the beta period, it's ending on 31st August. Software asset documentation available for the partners soon, and the upcoming webinar Beyond the Scan that will be hosted by our team here. That includes Ryan and Andrew Morgan. So on the UI updates, so we have added the integration actions now on the registry vulnerability. So as you can see here, earlier we had this option only in the problem section, but upon a request from the partners wherein they want to have integration action, similar capability for registry problems as well. So we have now given this in the UI. So the next one is a UI modification for Linux OS. So as of now in production, the OS dropdown that we show in the remediation plan, remediated and suppressed remediation tabs are Windows, Mac, Linux, and others. So there was a confusion wherein Linux, we were only showing the OS Red Hat and Ubuntu. The other Linux OS were going in the others option. Okay, so what we have done now to make it easy to understand, we have created one additional category, that's the other Linux. So basically selecting other Linux filter, this will have all the other Linux OSs apart from Red Hat and Ubuntu. And this other will have all other devices that includes, that doesn't have a specific OS, it could be network devices, etc. So Linux filter shows for Red Hat and Ubuntu, other Linux shows for other Linux OS, and only others filter is for the devices which do not have defined OS. So this change, this is currently in testing and it should be in production by end of this week. We have also added installed driver remediated. So this is again an additional tab. So whatever vulnerabilities are there are flagged for the installed drivers. Upon successful remediation, the users were not able to see that what all has been remediated. So there was an ask that if we could give this visibility to the user, and that's the reason we add this remediated section for installed drivers. So whatever has been remediated now from the vulnerability section, it goes here, it moves here. And the ones which are still pending shows up in the installed driver pending remediations tab. This tab remains the same. However, in order to separate it out from the other tabs, this includes the pending remediations. We have just modified the text change in this tab. However, it remains the same with the data that it shows. All right. Over to you for reports, Vidya.
Yeah. Yeah, I can go back to the main slide, Parsha. So we did release a couple of the reports last week after going through and multiple iterations with our partners within the internal teams. Overall, from the way we are seeing, I think there is considerable usage. I know there is a couple of feedback on the the slowness. I think some of the reports are taking up to 4 to 5 minutes. Uh, Again, we are bound by the models we are connecting to. But at the same time, I think there are some tweaking to be done. So we will make sure that these you don't need to wait too long for the reports. The other thing we might want to kind of probably change is I think preview will go as a background process very soon. So you can come back and see, we can just show your toast and then you can come back and see that you can see the preview and then decide whether to go ahead with the report or not. So having said that, these are the few things which I think came in as the first feedback. There were questions around the scores. I think our appendix is fairly clear. If there are some minor modifications, I think that's where our scoring might vary, but as such, when we designed these reports, we made sure that whatever numbers we're showing you are clearly spelled out in the appendix so that you can explain it to your customers as well. So with that, the next set of reports, right? So we looked at the previous standard reports where a lot of people are using, and definitely remediation, compliance, and vulnerabilities reports is something which I think is inevitably used by most of our MSPs and their clients. Having said that, I just wanted to quickly show you as to how we are developing that report. Um, and with just a quick preview, but of course these things go through certain iterations in the development, and I just want to be sure, make sure that this is probably not the final report. So we'll have something called a software remediation report where we will show you the analysis of the vulnerabilities, what are the resolutions done, and then the post remediation actions. So again, it will have a layout where you can define what do you want in this, right? So again, we are going to make it extremely customizable. This is the number one priority, right? Making it customizable. So you will see a lot of work done around customization of the blocks. So you have the power to decide what to show, what not to show. Of course, we come with the best suggestions, but at the same time, we are going to kind of keep these sections what are important. So if you see here, we are going to show you the critical, medium, low, and then we are going to come up with something called certain things. Probably we want to use the power of AI, and that's where we are trying to add a few sections which might help you. This is an exploratory data analysis of how we are kind of giving the EPS's statistical summary. So some of these sections you might not have seen before, but we are going to kind of add that so that you can kind of present more value, right? So that's the idea, right? We just don't want to give the same data what we gave in the, say, standard reports or the PPTs before. And then we are going to give you a heat map wherever possible, the OS wise remediation, and then of course an insight summary as to how the report strength and weakness looks like, and the recommended actions according to the industry standards. So these are the few things which you're adding up in the remediation report. And again, the same thing, the most important is the compliance and the vulnerability report, which will come up next. So keeping these things in mind, again, we are very open to feedback because you are at the ground and you know what's best working. And again, I want to assure you that the data is something which we are looking at, and we want to make sure we show you the right set of data, and that's why the testing process is taking a little longer than expected. And customization is something which I didn't show you in the call today, but that's a very, very active piece worked on, because we want to make sure every section is customizable. You can combine an AD report and a compliance report, and then make a one complete report. That's something which we are trying out a few POCs on that, and probably I'll have that update in the next call. So with that, Barsha, you can take back to the screen and just probably a sneak preview into the other two reports which you have done. Um, yeah. So Barsha, if I don't know whether you're sharing your screen or.
Yeah, I'm sharing.
Yeah, you can go back to the previous reports, two reports. Yeah.
Yeah, just a moment. This one, right? Compliance.
So you'll have the compliance health card.
Hmm.
This is again per compliance. We'll try to kind of give you the data sets and what's going well and what's not going well. Go to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the remediation plan, and then we'll also have the vulnerabilities. That's another thing which is pending. So we'll also have a complete review of the report on how we are doing in terms of the vulnerability and the remediation, and what's going well, what's not going well. So this is all in the draft state, but yeah, these are the key areas we are working on, and the customization. Please go to the next slide. Yeah, just a high level. I know a couple of you have joined in today. If you are not aware of what are the product releases done over the last quarter, just to let you know that most of the features are partner request, and we do it. One-time scan agent is something which we have done. We have done integrations around Ubiquiti, Palo Alto, Aruba. We have added a lot of compliances, improved security report card, a lot of the additions in the reports, existing reports. Uh, Asset documentation and company documentation is beta, and we have already rolled it out 3 months back. AI driven reports has been rolled out the last week. Software asset documentation is coming soon. We are just doing the final touches because we are seeing where, kind of some of the software which is detected is kind of weird. So we want to make sure we are having the right set of data points there. And of course, the most important, which I think is a significant update for our partner base, is the streamlined patching, where originally we were doing a lot of things with the PowerShell. We are now moved to HTTPS, come a fallback with Winget, which gives a plethora of options where you can go up till 9,000 plus apps, right? Because Winget is a part of the fallback process. So these are the recent product releases. In case you have not joined the partner call recently, I just wanted to consolidate this before going to the next update, which is with a very, very articulate people, Mr. Ryan, Brian, and Andrew Morgan. They have a webinar on October 30th, 3 p.m. EDT. If someone can drop, I think I dropped the webinar link. Please join. I think you have a set of articulate people kind of giving you an overview of the vulnerability management program. So with that, I think we are done. Yes. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think the question is, can you post the link again?
Yeah, the LinkedIn, the webinar link. Yeah, I'll do it right away. Is there any other questions on the chat? Just to let you know, each of these recordings go back to YouTube. So you can, in case you miss this call, you can go back and kind of view it in YouTube. You can see the partner calls, and even a lot of the onboarding videos are there. So please feel free to kind of use that information. Yeah, I've just dropped the link. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Yes, Tim, it's going to be great. I told you it's.
Thanks, Tim.
Okay.
All right. So thanks, Vidya. Thanks, Barsha. Thanks, everyone. And we'll connect after 2 weeks with more updates. Thank you.
Thank you.